Okay.
All right.
So,
Oh, hello. Good evening. No one. Yet. No one yet. Right, Neve? It will
right.
be here soon.
The perfect focus for an appropriate time period.
They probably saw it and thought, I have had enough of this.
Yeah.
Let's not. But
Living through Armageddon.
yeah, we do have one. But regardless, good evening, Italy, France, Spain. Thank you for joining us when you decide to join us. We hope you are well.
My name is Neve, and I am from Manchester, and I am here in Florence. Where
Excellent.
are you all from, and where are you right now?
Ooh, we have a few more. Please tell us your name, where you're from, how you are feeling in the chat function. Oh, we have one. Hi, Francesca, all the way from Bologna. Well, not too far, I suppose.
I thought that. Andrea, where are you from?
So I'm Andrea. I'm from New York, a small town called Brewster, New York. Have any of you, I highly doubt it, but have any of you ever heard of Brewster, New York? It's 1 hour north of New York City. Have you ever been to New York City, anyone?
And has anyone been to Manchester?
Ooh.
Hi, Nadia.
Oh, hello. Yes. You're our first from across Italy to join us on our webinar.
Yeah, from Milan. How is the situation in Milan?
And hello, Elena from Palermo. Hi.
And you're living in Milan. You're far from home.
But from Palermo and a student in Milan. Excellent. Cool. All right.
So, has anyone visited Manchester before?
Yeah.
It's very famous.
Certainly many musicians, correct, Neve?
Exactly. Many football teams. Well, just a couple.
Couple, but they are wildly popular, aren't they?
Unfortunately so. Myself, I am not a football fan. Andrea, do you like football?
I enjoy playing it. I play
Yeah.
poorly, but I don't watch
Good.
many sports at all.
Okay, shall we get started? If you are joining now, if you could introduce yourself in the chat function. Here we go.
Oh, here we are.
Giacomo from Milan. Emanuele from Busto Arsizio. Oh, I feel like I pronounced that right. And Elisa from Ferrara. Beautiful.
Cool. Many people tonight. Welcome.
Welcome. It takes around 30 seconds for your message to send and deliver. So there is a slight delay. But let's get started, and you can respond to any of the activities and questions in the messages, and we can read them. Okay?
All right. Sure. So focus activity 8 to 10, Armageddon. For no reason other than the fact that I'm from New York, I say 8 through 10. Everyone else seems to say 8 to 10. I don't know.
Yeah, both correct. 8 to 10, maybe, yeah. Okay, Armageddon. In this focus activity, Future Perfect, describing a disaster, predictions. I think the first thing we should ask people is, how do you form the future perfect? And when do you use the future perfect?
Oh, that is an incredibly good question.
Yes.
We'll give you a moment.
Exactly.
Right?
Armageddon. Andrea, what do you think of when you think of Armageddon?
I think of a horrible but delightful film with Bruce Willis and Liv Tyler. That was released, goodness, what was it, about 20 years ago, where an asteroid is hurtling, traveling, rushing to Earth. I also think of the Bible,
Yeah.
the end of days.
The day of judgment.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but it's end of days type of situation, right? A conflict
yeah,
or
exactly.
something likely to destroy
The end
humanity.
of the world.
Earth.
Okay, so I don't know if anyone's very
Ooh,
good.
there it is.
So will plus have plus past participle. Fantastic.
Well done. Well done, Elena.
Very good. So the future perfect is used for an event finished in the future. A prediction, or maybe a goal, a motive, an objective. Very good, Eleanor. Okay,
Yeah,
shall we?
something you hope will have been done or achieved, right?
Yeah, good, exactly. Well done, Eleanor. So, subject plus will plus have plus PP, past participle. Okay, the end is near. What is the apocalypse? What events do you think could cause an apocalypse? What do you think would happen to the world if most of the humans were gone? What would you do if civilization was destroyed by a catastrophe? So, guys, respond in the comments. Andrea, what events do you think could cause an apocalypse?
Well, like that wonderful film I described, an asteroid hitting the Earth.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Like the picture, with reference to that, perhaps a volcanic explosion.
Ooh, another excellent film, Dante's Peak, released in 1997, I think.
Really?
It is not a good film.
The apocalypse is the end of the world. Yeah. Hopefully, hopefully not to mean similar to this unfortunate period. I think the third question is quite interesting, especially for the time period we are in. What do you think would happen to the world if most of the humans were gone?
What do you think, folks? Folks, another word for people. Sorry, got a little colloquial on us.
Right now, the environment is thriving, and that means growing very quickly. The pollution levels are decreasing.
Yeah.
The animals are returning to their environment that were inhabited by humans and tourists.
Yeah.
And Jay, what do you think would happen?
Already?
Yeah. Perhaps we should have lockdown for a duration every year.
Maybe during migration periods.
Yeah. Oh, right? Nice idea.
Open fences, walls, borders. Right?
Yeah, that's
Allow
so good.
Animals to. Have you seen? I forget what country, but they have land bridges that go over highways.
Yes,
to allow
I
animals
think
to cross.
In Scandinavia.
Maybe.
Is it Scandinavia or something like Switzerland, perhaps?
Yeah, it's number one, beautiful, but also amazing.
This is true.
Have you seen photos or read anything about this event, our wonderful viewers? Or do you have any answers to these questions? Don't be shy now. We all are here together and learning, and
I think the last question is interesting. What would you do if civilization was destroyed by a catastrophe? And right now, civilization is breaking down by the events. It is the routine, the construct of society. It is. I think many people are acting outside of social construct. An interesting
I'd
phrase
agree.
of it, to break down. A
Oh, it
definition,
is a good one.
to
To break down, right? To
simplify.
yeah, I'm thinking. I keep answering with other phrasal verbs in my brain. To decompose,
To
deconstruct.
deconstruct. Deconstruct is
Deconstruct.
good. You are able to, for example, break down instructions, to deconstruct, to become more simpler.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is true. Maybe a sense of community will increase.
Yeah.
That seems to be
It's,
happening now,
it
which is
is
nice.
bringing people together
Yeah.
through the use of balconies. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
I hope us too, Francesca. I hope the
Francesca said,
apocalypse.
yeah, no, sorry. She said, I don't know. It's a difficult question. I hope apocalypse will never happen. Yes. Agreed.
Yeah, we agree. Okay, next slide.
Excellent. And here we are. Did I freeze, Neve? Can you hear me?
Can hear you.
Excellent. It's the end of the world as we know it. So this you should all be familiar with, a little matching the word to the definition. We have wasteland, evacuate, ghost town, decay, survivor, infect, overgrow. Excellent. So together, pronunciation, evacuate.
Evacuate.
Fantastic. Neve, would you mind reading the definitions, please?
Yes, no problem. A city that has been completely abandoned. To leave a dangerous place. Land that is uninhabitable and devastated. When a disease enters someone's body, a person who lives through a disaster. To degrade or decompose, to grow in an uncontrolled way. Perhaps you
Fantastic.
could try to match the definitions and leave some comments with the answers.
Absolutely.
Andrea, this is a fact. We have the word uninhabitable. What does it mean, Andrea?
Uninhabitable means that it cannot support life.
Good. The opposite to this word is interesting because we also say inhabitable and we also say habitable, and they are more or less the same. So uninhabitable, opposite inhabitable or habitable.
Excellent.
We have an answer of Eleanor.
And
Wasteland.
a city that has been completely abandoned.
Correct. Oh, no.
No, close. Almost. We can describe a city like that.
Emmanuel, correct. Evacuate,
Yeah.
to leave a dangerous place.
Oh, sorry. Computer's doing something funny. Here we are.
Land that is uninhabitable and devastated.
Absolutely.
For example, maybe where they collect people's rubbish, people's trash, is an American word, can be described as a wasteland.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, land after a fire.
Yeah.
Good. We have 2 answers.
Certain desert areas.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, okay, so let's continue. You're all speeding along. Fantastic. Evacuate, to leave a dangerous place.
And Jay,
Excellent.
did you ever have to evacuate a place?
You know, I've had to evacuate a building because of a fire. And luckily my uncle returned to check the rooms around because I didn't hear the call to evacuate.
Oh
So
my
I was
gosh.
sitting in a room reading, completely unaware.
Oh my gosh.
How about you, Neve? Have you ever had to evacuate an area?
Only for a practice in
Mm,
school. Thankfully, no disasters.
yeah. Our
Okay, so
lovely viewers, have you ever had to evacuate somewhere? Let us know in the
yes,
chat. So, ghost town, a city that has been completely abandoned.
it's true.
Yeah.
I don't think I have ever seen a ghost town. I've seen abandoned houses, but not a city.
No, I've described towns at night feeling like a ghost town.
Ah, that's a good one. Well, I think you can describe every city in Italy in this period as a ghost town, for sure.
It's a strange sensation.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Francesca, decay, to degrade or incompose. Good.
Fantastic. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And Survivor. Sorry, other than a fantastic song by Beyonce.
I was thinking Destiny's Child.
Sorry,
It was
excuse me.
before
That's
she was.
right. It was before.
I'm a survivor. I can give her. It is. I recommend Survivor. I'll write in the comments by Destiny's.
Absolutely. It's a good recommendation. It's what we would call a jam or a banger.
A banger. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But Neve, the actual definition.
A person who lives through a disaster.
Absolutely.
Good.
Something we will all be soon enough, right?
Yes.
Soon enough. Will you continue with infect, please?
Francesca is correct here. To infect.
Oh,
When a
fantastic.
disease enters someone's body.
Excellent. So
Here, Andrea,
actually
if you click the focus 8 to 10, it'll
we'll make
expand.
it. Here we
Like,
go.
there we go.
There it is. Teamwork makes the dream work, folks.
Teamwork makes the dream work. A great phrase. Teamwork makes the dream work.
And it's certainly occurring for the most part here in Italy. I must say, I'm very, very impressed and proud of the response by everyone. And to those of you in France and Spain who join us now or later, we are with you and we know you will do just as well.
Both figuratively and literally.
Absolutely.
Okay. Overgrow, Andrea?
Our final answer, to grow in an uncontrolled way. If it will click, excuse me. Fantastic.
Yes.
For example, if the apocalypse happened, the cities would be overgrown with vegetation.
It's true.
The vegetation will overgrow
Yeah.
without regular maintenance.
If you don't treat and manage your garden, then it will overgrow.
Absolutely. Okay. Shall we continue?
Let's continue.
I love it. All right.
Okay.
So,
We have some text and we have our new vocabulary. The task is to put the vocabulary correctly into the text. So you can have some time to do that. And
yeah.
Okay, and we can give you some time to
I was
write the
agreeing with you.
comments. Okay. The text is about the
Absolutely.
explosion in Chernobyl. And this year, I think Chernobyl opened its doors to tourists.
Get
Did you
out of
see,
town.
Andrea? Yeah, but it's become increasingly popular, and perhaps they will control it a little more.
I hope. I imagine there are radioactive wolves. Something or another.
I think it's now safe for visitors. I think people can go into the safe zones with low radiation levels.
Okay. All right. Safe zone. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Because the half-life, I don't remember what the half-life.
Thousands of years. But
yeah,
half-life is a considerable reduction.
This is true. I mean, people have been living there they've continued to live there in the area, at least for some time, correct?
Yeah, some people never left.
Goodness.
Some willpower right there. So does
It's
anyone
terrible.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, go
this
on.
was just a brain thought. It really has nothing to do.
As opposed to your other thoughts.
I've decided to rein them in a little bit. We are here
to
entertain, I think. To entertain, but, teach as well, right? So, can't let it get too out of control.
No, can't overgrow those brain thoughts, Andrea.
They run wild if I maintain them.
Okay, an idea of the first word, guys. In 1986, the town of Pripyat was. Any idea? Wait, are we giving more time? Oh, was evacuated.
Was that an answer there?
I think so. Evacuated.
Fantastic.
In the past tense. Was evacuated after an explosion at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. Well done, Andrea.
Yay.
Andrea, do you want to continue?
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, was declared an exclusion zone. The city is now a wasteland. Oh, excuse me.
Ghost town.
While the surrounding countryside has become
a wasteland.
Unsuitable for farming. Take it away, Neve.
After sitting unused for nearly 30 years, the buildings are decaying.
Excellent.
And the forest has started to overgrow the city.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Viewers, nailed it, were infected by the radiation and became sick or died. Experts predict that in approximately 200 years, the radiation will have subsided to habitable levels.
Good. What's a synonym for approximately, guys? A synonym for approximately. Wow, some of you got Eliza. You did really well. So.
Excellent. Yeah. A synonym for approximately means
About.
Fantastic.
We also have, and this is quite a colloquial way of saying approximately, we say in 200-ish years.
Yes.
If we say, what time do you go to bed? I go to bed at 10-ish every night.
Ish. Right. We also can say roughly.
Oh, roughly is a good one.
Roughly 200 years.
This
I
is true.
drink roughly 1 glass of wine a night.
So it's approximately,
Approximately. Depends
give
on the
on,
day.
give on, take 3 more.
You know. How about you, everyone? What is your approximate wine intake? I kid. Personal question. You do not have to answer that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
Moving forward. Fantastic. Ah.
Okay. We have the phrase underlined. The radiation will have subsided. What tense is that an example of? Andrea?
Ooh, do we know that is an example of the future perfect?
Well done.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
It's what we are here for, right? Will have plus past participle,
Good.
right?
Very
As we read this text, will you all create an example using the future perfect for us in the comments?
Very good, Giacomo. Fantastic.
Excellent. So, shall I begin? And then I will tag you in, Neve?
It's the same. Yeah, we can reread. Yeah.
Oh, it is the same exact text, isn't it? We don't need to read it, do we?
No, but if you click, you can show the future perfect.
I'll show the
form.
yeah. So we'll do that, right?
So an example, guys, of the future perfect. I think for me, by 10 p.m. ish, I will have had my dinner.
Ooh, excellent.
We use the future perfect with a time reference in the future. A time that you will have achieved something in the future. Andrea, an example?
I will have lived in Italy for 5 years by, what year are we in now? By 2025.
Good example. Great example. Good.
I hope to still be a teacher at that point, but we will see after this webinar, won't we?
Yes. No. Okay. Let's go.
No,
Should we go forward?
Examples, anyone? Yeah, let's move forward. Absolutely.
Oh, is anyone doing an example?
Very well could be. But now we'll give them a little tool.
Okay. So when do you think the following things will have happened? Use the future perfect in your answer. So maybe you can use these examples to create a sentence. Andrea,
Yes.
when do you think the government will have opened the exclusion zone? From the text. The answers are in the text.
I think the government will have opened the exclusion zone by 2022-20. I think they will err on the side of caution. Yes.
I agree.
Do some tests. A slow open of the exclusion zone.
Nice.
And sorry, continue, please.
I think people will have returned to the area after the exclusion zone is opened.
This
For
would be
safety.
smart. Yeah, absolutely. Safety first, friends. Safety first. I believe the fields will have become usable. Oh goodness! And by the time they open the exclusion zone, that's for sure.
Maybe
One would hope.
these fields will have become usable when the radiation subsides,
Absolutely.
hopefully, for the land. I think the city. Oh, I think coronavirus will have eliminated. Good. Yeah.
We'll have. We need. I guess. What do we see there? Will have been eliminated.
I think so. I think we need will have been eliminated by that point. We need a verb of state in that sentence. It's a good example for sure.
Excellent example, Francesca.
But we do need a verb of state. Will have been eliminated in the end of May. At the end of May. But that's a really good example. Well done, Francesca. I think coronavirus will have reduced its rate by the end of May, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Okie dokie.
So.
Next slide.
Excellent. Fantastic. Let's do it. Aftermath. The Discovery Channel series, Aftermath, describes a world after the end of humanity and what would happen to our urban areas as well as the environment. It predicts that, without humans, many concrete and metal structures will have collapsed within 100 years.
Okay. So, concrete. What is a concrete structure, Andrea?
A structure made of concrete.
Concrete is stone. It's the stone made from cement. And that forms the basis of many of our modern buildings. And the verb to collapse.
To fall apart.
Yeah,
down.
To collapse. To fall down. To fall. Okay. How long do you think it would take for the following things to happen? Zoo animals to escape, cities to be overgrown by nature, pets to become wild, food to decay, Las Vegas to turn into a wasteland, and Big Ben to stop ticking. What is ticking?
Does anyone know? Ticking. The ticking of the clock. How can I describe that in words, Neve?
That's it. The way a clock ticks per second. The movement per second. A clock ticks every second.
In the US, I'm not sure where else, we also have an insect that can infect you when it bites you, called a tick.
Yes.
You can
they have them in Italy.
Oh. You also can have a nervous tick, right? Maybe,
this is true. This is true.
An eye twitch, a movement of the hands.
Yeah. Hey, it went dark kind of quick, kid, isn't it?
did, didn't it?
I feel
I
like I'm just
apologize for
ahead
the
in the black space.
reflection in my glasses of my screen. I
It's
believe it's kind of a
beautiful.
futuristic look. What do you all think?
Yes. So, I think if humans, wait, what was it? After the end of humanity, I think after 1 year, zoo animals will have escaped. I think their survival instincts will take over, will prevail.
I like to think that a zookeeper, right, the person who tends to the animals, will have opened the cages before they abandoned the zoo.
Yeah, that would be great.
How long do you think before pets become wild, Neve? I like this question.
I think
Right?
almost instantly. Pets, although you can't use that in the future. I think after 1 week, pets will have become wild. Cats are not loyal
Yeah.
creatures.
They are quite independent. I'll give you that. I
What do
agree.
you think?
I think it will be. It will be. It will. They will have become wild in no time at all. Quite quickly. I agree with you.
Yeah.
What do you all think, Giacomo, Francesca, Manuele, Elisa? Ooh, there's another Andrea. Cool. Yeah, very quickly.
So, how long do you think it would take for Las Vegas to turn into a wasteland?
I mean, I think Las Vegas will have turned into a wasteland in, oh goodness, 50, maybe 40 years.
Yeah,
Honestly, it's in the middle of the desert.
yeah, very quickly, very quickly.
Once
And
water and things are stopped being pushed in, it's game over.
yeah, I
Finished.
think the scary thing is Big Ben will continue to tick until
Ooh.
I think until the power source runs out, finishes, then Big Ben will have stopped ticking.
Do you think Big Ben's ticking will be audible at that period? Right? Because
As
there's
long as there is an
no traffic
atmosphere,
noise. Can you
well,
hear the ticking of Big Ben currently? Like now?
oh, that's a good question. I have no idea. I don't
I'm not.
even
I have
know.
not been there.
Oh, that's very interesting. Who knows? Who
Traffic
knows?
and human movement gone. A little more
Yeah.
silence in the air. Maybe you can hear
That'd be so spooky.
the eternal
Okay.
ticking of Big Ben.
True that.
As we have seen, my friends, our
Future
friends, I should say.
perfect. Subject plus will have plus past participle.
Fantastic. Ooh. Example, 3 months after humans disappear, the Queen's corgis will have eaten all the food in Buckingham Palace.
I imagine so. The Queen loves corgis. Corgis are a type of dog, a small dog. And I think she usually has maybe 3, 4, 5 corgis.
Interesting.
Big fan. Yeah,
Interesting.
it is.
Hey.
Okay. So, how should the end of the world happen?
What do we think? Sorry.
What do you think, Andrea?
Oh, I'm not sure. Zombie apocalypse.
I think
100%.
zombie apocalypse is, yeah, why not?
Huh?
Does anyone want to see any other?
Suppose, shall we read the rest? I cut you off. I apologize.
No, don't worry.
Gonna leave that one to
Zombie
you. Sorry,
apocalypse, asteroid strike, nuclear holocaust, ice age. An asteroid is the large rock from space, and to strike means to hit. Okay, we've had 2 votes for an ice age.
Ooh.
Probably an asteroid strike. I agree, Ekimo. That is how the end of the world will arrive. I couldn't agree more. Okay, but should we do ice age?
Looks like it. The votes are in.
If we're being democratic about this.
Absolutely.
Okay,
That's a
Andrea?
lovely picture for an ice age. Ice age. Global climate change has culminated in a disastrous phenomenon. A new ice age is beginning. Scientists predict it will begin as early as the day after tomorrow. Another wonderful film in its horridness. As a disaster analyst, it's your job to predict how the crisis will unfold. How long before Europe will be covered in ice? Which countries will have adapted by 2020? Which will have frozen forever?
Well, this was obviously not updated. I think what's interesting is this phrase, how will the crisis unfold?
Ooh,
Unfold is the opposite of the verb to fold. And to fold is when you have a piece of paper and 2 folds. Now I am folding. So to unfold is of the opposite. Now I am unfolding. We have this phrase, how will the crisis, how will the story unfold? And we use this to say, how will the story go? How will it play?
Yeah.
So, shall we make some predictions about how this crisis will unfold? So, in the comments, can you answer the 3 questions? It's my opinion.
The 3 questions.
That I think the northern hemisphere countries will have frozen over because they are subject to cold weathers anyway. I also think these countries will have adapted the quickest.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think they will have turned to sleds, skiing.
Oh, to turn
snowshoeing.
To. An interesting phrasal verb. Turn to is to find a resolution. That's a good phrasal verb.
Oh, thank you. That's a good definition of it. Fantastic.
Andrea, how long before Europe will be covered in ice? What do you think?
Oh, goodness. I think Europe will have been covered by ice in 30 years. Let's call it 30 years.
30 years. It depends on the ice age, really, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Although they tend to.
Yeah.
They tend to take some time, don't they? They're not as sudden as the film The Day After Tomorrow.
I think the thing is, unless humanity find a way to grow food, to I don't know, to maintain the life of animals that we consume, then it could be much sooner that humans will have died.
Yeah. Have you heard about this, or anyone of our viewers? There's an enormous seed bank buried in the ice in the north. Goodness, the location is failing me. I cannot remember.
What is it?
And it's a seed bank. So it's a massive, basically, ice vault full of seeds of different plants and foods and things from around the world. And
Wow.
recently there was a massive addition of
Is
seed
this
samples.
as a backup plan?
Ooh, Andrea, thank you. Norway.
Oh,
I think
wow.
a preservation method, right? Maybe to ensure that we don't lose everything.
Oh man, I hope they have all the good stuff. That's so good. Andrea, give us a prediction. Tell us what you think will have happened in the future.
Yeah. Which will have frozen forever. Right?
Yeah.
For all time.
Who will have
forever.
survived? I think Italy will have frozen after 100 years. No, Italy's quite mountainous.
I guess along the spine of the Apennine, right up north in the Dolomites and in the higher altitudes, it might not become completely
Not
frozen over.
completely frozen. I think the northern countries will have adapted
Ooh.
soon. I don't know, by 5 years.
What animals do you think will have survived?
Oh,
Because it's a difficult. I mean, finding food. Many animals are very resilient and adept.
maybe the
to
sea
situations
life will be
quickly.
perfect in that situation. The animals who live at the bottom of the ocean, they're used to surviving in uninhabitable settings.
Yeah, yeah.
This is true.
Sea life, definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. That's fantastic.
So
All right.
now, as a little recap, shall we say how we think things will have changed after this pandemic we are living through?
Ooh. Absolutely.
So,
For example,
go on.
sorry, I denied you the opportunity
Go
to
on,
ask
go
the
on.
question.
What do you think will have changed after this pandemic? Ooh,
I think many people will have relearned or rediscovered, I should say. People will have rediscovered their love of playing music.
ooh. I think people will have become less materialistic and appreciate the simple things in life, like an outdoor walk.
Absolutely. I think
Elisa,
people will
that
have.
is
Ooh, absolutely. Ooh, we'll have striked. Neve, you're on it.
yeah, no, that's really good, Elisa. Don't forget to use a time reference too. When do you think an asteroid will have struck in some part of the world? That's a fantastic example.
Excellent.
It's very good.
You don't think be commissioned to, drill an enormous hole in it and put a
I
nuclear
think we
device to blow it up?
we can deflect an asteroid, perhaps, if they find it soon enough.
All right. One would hope.
So yeah, one would hope. Okay, so thanks for joining us.
Yeah. This broadcast is.
Sorry, I hope by the end of this period you will have learnt more English.
And I hope you will have hugged your loved ones.
Yes, exactly.
Because we could all use a hug.
Oh, miss you,
Always good.
Andrea.
Remember, we have you can access all of your materials on your profile page and at the Myes login. And yeah, stay tuned.
Okay. Bye,
And be well.
guys. Bye.
Bye.